You probably noticed it's slightly different now. We're just going to the old-fashioned way of doing it on PlayStation. Apologies for that. The guys have been nice enough to restart for us. Yeah, I had a power cut, so my computer's decided to do some sort of software thing now, so I can't use it. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way on the PlayStation just for the race. So apologies for that, but we'll get going in just a second. It looks like it's going to be dry weather. I'm assuming they're going to keep it the same as it was before. I did have a nice little grid intro. We can't do that now, only on PlayStation. But we'll have a look at the tyres early on. A bit of a mix. Obviously, we've got this small grid of 12 who are racing today. Apologies, got to just do a bit of housekeeping myself. Now we should be all good. So we're going to have a formation lap. As I said, only 12, unfortunately, for today. Welcome back, everyone who is joined us. As I said, just gone back to the old-fashioned way of doing it for this time.
No. We're going to be waiting. Hopefully the guys out there are going to be quick enough to get their setups and everything all sorted. Unfortunately, Ems has left the session. Seems to be
She's been having some. Yeah, she's been having some issues, hasn't she?
Yeah, same with Andrew as well, were that?
So yeah. Here we go, formation lap. We'll have a proper look at what drivers on what tyres. As I said, a couple of drivers having some connectivity issues. I think Robbo's actually another one that's had an issue. M's car has been able to get underway. We're looking at the tyres here. There are all three sets there. Mediums being the predominant tyre. Then we've got two drivers on the softs and one driver on the hard tyre. A very popular tyre of choice, no matter which compound we go with, Lee, that medium. We do seem to see it a lot.
Yeah, it's a good tyre, to be honest. It's a good balance between durability and grip. And yeah, if you need to take them a little bit longer, you can. And yeah, we'll see how the strategies are going to be going. It's going to be interesting to see how Robbo's going to fare against the mediums around him, with Andrew on the soft compound tyres. Just two places are going to be starting directly behind the Williams, who's going to be sitting in 8th place. And we're seeing here on the graph just below there, it's in soft medium or medium hard even.
Yeah, it's predominantly a one-stop here, isn't it? It's sort of around lap 13 to 17, I think, is the pit stop window. Obviously, earlier for the drivers starting on that medium tyre, as Passy now comes up towards the start-finish line in his pole position grid spot. And as you wait for others to catch up, hopefully others like M can get back in. I'm able to send her an invite, so I'll give it one more go. So we wait for M and Sykes, who is the last car, and then we've got a Williams in the wall there for some reason. As we get the final car lining up on the grid, we've got a terrible camera angle for the start. We'll keep an eye on the pole position man on board for the very start. We'll have a rear shot from the start. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights, and we're away here in Extinguished Motorsports, the 4th round of the season in Spain, and Passy doesn't get the greatest of launches here as we go down this long straight towards turn 1. Is anyone going to try and get a toe? And then we've got a Red Bull and a Williams, a Robbo who is out already. A virtual safety car deployed, a 10-second penalty for Andrew Smith for causing a serious collision, and I have no idea how that happened. And now it's been upgraded to a safety car. We know it never changes, annoyingly. after it's on
Oh,
this game. Another little
and we've
glitch.
just seen Syke going to the wall there. At turn 3 there on the exit.
Just trying to see. Yeah, so Robbo actually moves over into the Red Bull of Andrew Smith. Looking back on the stream.
Let me have another quick look. Oh yeah, Robbo goes right across the front of that Red Bull.
It was a good view, wasn't it?
And I would say that is Andrew shouldn't. I wouldn't say Andrew should deserve that 10-second penalty. I would say that should lie
It's a
with
racing
Robbo there.
incident, isn't it? Well, yeah, sorry. If it's not racing incident, it is Robbo, not Andrew.
Yeah, I mean it could have
So
been.
he's been hard done by there.
Yeah, it could be a mechanical fault. But yeah, we'll see how things are going to go. And we'll maybe get a message later on. He said he didn't see him there.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we're down to 11. Andrew Smith getting a front wing change. That 10-second penalty, luckily he can serve it now, means he's not going to lose anything from this, actually. So it's kind of the best of a bad situation at this point. He gets the front wing change now. New tyres on. What's he gone on to? Is that Hards? Yeah.
And
I'm going to throw it out there. Now. I reckon they could go to the end.
You think?
I've got confidence.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, now that there's a safety car, you will be able to just bring them in a bit more gentle, and should be able to last a lot longer with that.
So, if you've just joined us, safety car came out at the very start. Well, actually, it was upgraded from a VSC, but we had some form of safety car intervention before we got to turn 1, as Robbo actually took himself and Andrew Smith out. But I say out, but he got a front wing change. He also got a 10-second time penalty for the trouble of being hit as well, believe it or not. As we're about to go on to lap 3, we'll have one more lap under this safety car. It's a lovely sunny day in Spain for the race. It was wet during qualifying. If you want to watch qualifying, it's on another stream. I had a power cut. We had to change streams and change format of doing the streams. I had to go back to PlayStation to do this one, so that's also why there are 2 different streams. So yeah, hot sunny day, just like it's this hot sunny evening here in the UK. Swelteringly hot. I do feel like I'm sat in a sauna, especially with the amount of screens I've got around me. Have just lost one though. The PC has just gone away. But I am very hot. I don't know about you, Lee. Maybe a little bit colder 300 miles north.
Yeah, it's a little bit colder now anyway. Earlier on it was quite hot, to be honest. I was sweating when I was out.
It's saying, for me, it's 25 degrees still.
Oh, jeez.
It was 31 earlier at the highest point. Well, talk about yourselves, guys. I went to have a look at Diddley Scott Farm again today, Lee. I didn't even bother going in the car park. If you thought it was busy last time,
really,
they have an overflow car park. Yeah, busy.
Geez.
Very, very, very busy. So we should get the safety car announcement that they're coming in just about now, give or take. Just at the top of this hill, I believe. Oh no, it's the end of the straight, isn't it? It's the end of the straight.
As soon as it enters sector 3, and there we go.
Oh, and then it told us it was a safety car. And now it flashes again. Don't look at it, Lee. So we're down to 11 cars. Passy, Stray Dog, and Stray Dog Zero all still in their respective places. So is Test Driver as well, actually. We're about to get ready to go racing again after only 300 metres of racing last time around. We'll get racing on lap 4. We'll get DRS on lap 5, and it's Passey's decision when he wants to go. He can go from any time about now as the safety car has just entered the pit lane. He's got 2 corners to make up his mind when he wants to go, and he goes at the penultimate. And we get back racing again, but no overtaking until the line, and the 2 Hasses very close together as they come across to start lap 4 as we go down the hill towards turn 1. And have one massive gamer, it's Ems, but actually that's just the AI car. She's not actually here, unfortunately, as Andrew Smith makes up a place on Sykes after getting that 10-second penalty and the front wing change.
Yeah, looking on there. Oh, RB Test Driver going up the inside at turn 4 there. Seen Stray Dog 0 ended up going a little bit wide going into turn 3, and that's allowed the opportunity for Test Driver to get up the inside of 4. And looking at it now, the other Haas there of Collins was having a look around the outside, but Test Driver was just that little bit slow coming out of the corner and ended up sort of blocking his teammate in a little and didn't manage to get past that McLaren just yet, but we'll see how things are going to go in the coming few moments. Looks like St. Power getting past the ghosted car of Ems there.
But the top 2 still stay the same as we go around the final couple of corners to start lap 5. DRS enabled, but we won't get it until the back straight between turns 9 and 10 as fastest laps come in now. No surprise, Test Driver on the soft tyres, so he needs to make an impact quickly to make that strategy work. As you can see at the top of your screen, DRS enabled, and Collins overtake enabled for him, and he gets past up into 4th place, overtaking the now 5th place man of Stray Dog 0, and he's got Percival right on his gearbox.
Yeah, but right now the only driver, Percival, on them soft tyres, Andrew on them hard. It's going to be quite interesting to see how Andrew's going to be faring, and since Percival, how long are these soft tyres going to last. He's just looking on at the 5 drivers just ahead of him, the Mercedes, McLarens and the Haas. See, are these drivers going to be able to go for it? Nope, Stray Dog Racing is just a bit too far behind. Looks like we're going to be having another go around. Andrew still managing to keep up with the mediums that are on the Williams just ahead for 8th place. We'll see, is there going to be an overtake in the future here? As we go down the start finish, and Passy makes another fastest lap. He's the only one though in this train down to 5th without DRS, of course, and no one able to get close to make an overtake. Is Andrew Smith going to try and overtake here on the Williams of St. Power? No, he isn't, as Pass comes in, Sykes comes in to the pits. And Passy still leads the race on lap 6 now, as Collins now sees a move that could be up for grabs here in a position which he certainly has done. Gone all the way around the outside at turn 5, broke a lot later and used the outside grip to get the move completed in the mid-corner, and he is in the podium positions. The Hasses are close to the McLarens at the moment. The Haas cars in 3rd in the championship at the moment, 138 points. They are 96 points behind the McLaren drivers, so they definitely need to be outscoring them here today. Yeah, most definitely that. Looking on the side, just came out the pits there, onto them hard compound tyres, and just thought, wait, I have a little look. Yep, we ended up having to have a front wing change. Collins just setting the fastest time at 1:15.207. Stray Dog going to go for it, no he isn't. Yellow flag, that was for Syke. Yeah, he's just out of turn 4 there. He's not far away from being lapped at this point. Only a handful of corners behind the leaders now, who are going into turn 4. And just now down into turn 5.
And it's now turned into a 3-car train as the other Haas and McLaren have just fallen back a little bit here out of DRS range, which means Test Driver will be vulnerable to Stray Dog Zero with that DRS to attack just half a second behind him. Yellow flag again. That's for Sykes, who is now only a couple of corners ahead of this lead pack as they're about to go on to lap 8, and Stray Dog Racing is a lot closer this time around as we go around the final corner of turn 14, but he does lose some momentum there as we now see in the background Stray Dog on the attack and Test Driver on the defensive as Stray Dog Racing takes the lead of the race, and his teammate goes into 4th place at the same time.
Yeah, Morgan on Andrew there, getting right close to the back of that Williams. He's not using any of the battery there. He's still sitting with pretty much the whole battery still. Well, St. Powers had to drain a lot of his battery to end up managing to keep ahead in the DRS zones. So I think Andrew could be getting past in the next time to go down the start-finish straight as he's sitting right on the gearbox of that Williams. It's about a quarter of a second to gap, and he's getting right close. I think it was looking like he was going to be having to move up the inside of turn 9, but I think he might get it done here, or is he just waiting? Yep, he's just waiting. He's letting St. Power use that battery. Bit of a collision there. Did Andrew get any damage? Nope, it seems he is all right in that sort of respect anyway.
Collins on the attack here down the start finish. Passy having DRS to defend. Is it going to go 3 wide down into turn 1? No, Collins overtakes the 2 of them, goes swooshing around the outside at turn 1, overtaking Passy with the DRS and then overtaking Stray Dog on the brakes, and now has the lead of the race. And is this again going to be one of those races where Collins just starts to drive off into the sunset, or is Stray Dog Racing and Passy going to be able to keep with him?
I will say that was an absolutely spectacular move, getting both Passy and Stray Dog Racing there into turn 1 around the outside, and Collins could actually end up having DRS coming out of turn 14
with Sykes.
With Sykes there being lapped. Depending on how Sykes is going to go, is he going to be playing the good game here?
Oh, he lets him past. And that's not what Collins arguably would have wanted here. And Stray Dog Racing will have DRS. Passy will as well, as you said, with Sykes being just ahead of him at that point, and Stray Dog Racing closing that gap back down, hoping to stay with him for the 6 or, well, what are we saying? 8 corners, 9 corners until the next DRS zone.
That was close there between Test Driver and Stray Zero.
Here goes Percival as well. He's trying to move up the inside of Stray Dog 3, but wasn't able to do it, as Andrew Smith does the same at turn 1. And this corner, Lee, turn 1 has become a much better, bigger overtaking opportunity than it used to be in recent years with the removal of that 3-part chicane. Now you just have so much more speed onto the brakes at that corner. It's a much heavier braking zone than it used to be, and this is what you need for modern day Formula 1 as well, just these long straights with heavy braking zones. Otherwise it does just become a DRS train.
Yeah, it does. And Syke goes right out and spins out at turn 5, and he's struggling for a grip there.
Yeah, yellow flags now that he's caused at turn 10, and we're watching Test Driver right under the rear wing of one of the 2 McLarens. The other McLaren is fighting for the lead, and as we say that, getting very close on the timings here. I don't think it's going to be close enough for him to get an overtake done, but that was aggressive.
Overspeed. Yep, the overspeed there of that Haas was just incredible. He didn't even need to use that much battery, but he's still done it just to make sure he had that move done, as St. Power now goes back up into 8th position. What top of the rear on that Williams from the Red Bull of Andrew. And he still manages to keep his nose whole with that.
And Stray Dog Racing as well, Racing Zero should I say, has not fallen back at all. So as you said, Test Driver using that big speed advantage he had, but he really just threw a load of that battery that he had in the bin, because he's still right there with him. But arguably as well, Test Driver is starting to catch up to the back of Passy as we're watching Stray Dog 3 and Percival, who's trying to go all the way around the outside. We'll have the inside now at turns 11 and 12. He's trying to stay there, but no, only just hold on to it. Stray Dog 3 there as we now go back onto the start finish straight, and Percival just moving out. Did they touch?
No, I think that was a bit of double moving there, was it not, from Stray Dog?
I didn't really see that, if I'm being brutally honest.
Give me a moment. Looking back at it.
So got these pockets now that have formed. Really only 2 cars at a time that are fighting for position here. The closest, as you can visually see as well, is Stray Dog Racing and Test Driver, who overtook him a couple of laps before, and as Lee said, no. And Test Driver went off the circuit there. You could definitely see all 4 wheels had gone over the white line, so he would have got a warning for that. I wonder if that is his first for the number 7 Haas as they come around the final couple of corners to start lap 13.
Yep, that is the first warning for Test Driver there. Come on now, I think. But I guess.
Oh, you watched it as well? Yeah.
Shape.
Very much so, and he loses the place, and he'll lose a bag load of time as well, because Andrew Smith has DRS to pull away from him just to rub salt into the wound.
Yep, so we're only seeing a couple of battles right now on track. Percival sitting quite the way off with 11.3 seconds the gap to the top 5 here.
Well, arguably we're still waiting on drivers to actually pit for the first time around and actually see some strategy being played in this race to change things around, but that hasn't really happened yet.
Yeah, we've only seen 3 drivers make pit stops at the moment. The Red Bull of Andrew, St. Power in the Williams, and Seig in the Silver, and they're currently sitting 8th, 9th and 11th.
Stray Dog and Test Driver both come in at the same time, and Test Driver going slowly causes a ghosting, and Stray Dog's just gone straight through him. I mean, if the opportunity's there, you're going to have to take it, aren't you? And I think Stray Dog Racing Zero will come out of the pits ahead of Test Driver as Percival gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane in one of the RBs. The other one I don't believe is here, as I think Ems has not joined back to the session, unfortunately. And there you go, as they exit the pit lane, Stray Dog Zero ahead of Test Driver, and we call that a Lee special, but it's not really a Lee special actually. It was more of a there was a bit of a take on your special, Lee, because it was slightly different.
Yeah, done it even more fashionably than what I usually manage to do it anyway. But yeah, managed to make up that position. Nicely done, but it goes right off track there at turn 4, so I'm unsure if that was giving him the place back or not. As I think maybe it was just a ghost and it ended up doing it.
Collins going for the undercut here, gets it slowed down in time, obviously crucial on this game. You don't want a 10-second time penalty, that's for sure, as we come down the pits, as the Haas is the last garage in the pit lane in the 2024 season. A new set of tyres on, hard set of tyres, and out ahead, I believe, of Collins. Collins is probably just going to come over the rise now. Yeah, ahead by a good number of seconds, around 3 seconds ahead after they exit turn 1 and 2 would be my guess. So Stray Dog Racing has to respond, I think, Lee, this time around, just to cover him off, because it is a one-stop here, so arguably no point him going any longer.
Yeah, we'll see. He is using some of that battery, so I reckon he is going to be coming into the pits at the end of this lap. He's trying to...
passes around. Sorry, passes around, lost his front wing. Coming out of turn 9 was too much on the curb and it just spat him off into the wall on the inside down that back straight. So he'll have to come in this lap as well. And there goes Stray Dog Racing into the pit. So is the undercut or the overcut going to work here as he tries to get the car slowed down? Is the safety car deployed?
No way. And Stray Dog has pulled it right out the bag at the most perfect opportune time.
Oh, Collins had to slow right down there as well. It was at risk of getting a penalty, but as you said, called it at the right moment. And Collins pulled the trigger on the undercut, but fortune has not been on his side as he comes back out in second place trying to take the race lead from an undercut.
Oh, that is not what I was expecting. Just right as Stray Dog came to the line, he ended up the safety car. That's incredible. I just can't believe that actually happened just right there. But we're seeing now everybody's jumping into the pits. Let's see what tyres they are all going on. So we've got the top 6 all on the hard compound tyres. Percival serving that 10-second time penalty right now and goes on to the medium compound tyres now. St. Power on the hard and Andrew is on the mediums also. And that's the ghost car of Ems now just came into the pits and is on the medium compound tyres now.
Yeah, this would be the perfect moment for her to get back in the session, wouldn't it, under a safety car? You still have about half the race to go, pretty much exactly half the race still to go. And the guys in the top 6 going to the end now, surely. They've done half the race on the medium tyre, so the hard should easily last to the end. Interestingly enough, talking about tyres and about the difference between the mediums and the hards, I think this is our first race on F124 at Spain, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it is. Singapore last night for the first time. The hards as a race tyre look so much better than the mediums. So we'll see if that's the case. They have very good pace, and obviously the longevity of them were very good as well. And the mediums just looked rubbish last night, so we'll see if that's the same here. The compounds are slightly harder here, though, than they are in Singapore. So we're just waiting for Percival to catch back up, and Saint 2 is now caught back up.
I think we should just be waiting on the 2 RBs who are sitting in 9th and 10th. Just waiting on them to catch and back up to the back of the pack, and then we'll be getting ready to get underway racing again. I think we may have one more lap, you think?
No, I think it'll be this lap. Still got to wait for Ems' ghost car to catch up as well, haven't we? It's still obviously classing that one in game, but it will catch up. Yeah, I can't see why it won't come in at the end of this lap, put it that way. But Ems' car's still not close, actually. Just coming through turns 7 and 8.
Oh, I guess we may be having another lap, or it's going to be a late call anyway.
It'll be a late call.
Yep, there we go. So a couple of corners.
Not too late.
Later.
No, wasn't too bad. It was about 200 metres later than it would have been usually. it's Stray Dog this time around that are going to get us underway. It was Passy last time. Passy went right about here last time around. We'll see if that is the same for Stray Dog. No, it isn't. He's waiting a bit later and probably will gun it just before the final corner here. But you don't really want to be giving anyone a tow down this long straight here in Barcelona, as he now moves to the inside already, just to try and break the toe. But he actually got a very good launch on both the Haas cars, as Collins now tries to gain some ground back by using the overtake button. As we go down into turn one, some drivers close but not close enough to be alongside to think about an overtake, and then Stray Dog 3 kicks up a bit of gravel there on the outside of turn 2.
Yep, and I just seen Passy and Stray Dog there, Zero swapping places for fourth. Percival and St. Power going side by side, going into turn 5. We've got St. Power on the inside, and we've just seen a bit of contact there between Andrew and Stray Dog 3 just up ahead, and St. Power settle for 9th as Percival gets up and gets passed into 8th place, trying to see if there's any damage to that Red Bull. You see the Haas of Collins weaving left and right as he's coming down into turn 10. Doesn't look like there's any damage, and Andrew getting a bit too close to Stray Dog 3 and bumps into the back and almost spins himself out there, and that is allowing St. Power and Percival to catch up a bit, eh? Looking on as Collins going to make the move going into turn 1. No, he's hanging on just for now. Is anyone else going to be going for a move? Andrew's getting a bit close to Stray Dog there in that silver. A bit too close, I will say.
Yeah, very, very close indeed. Obviously, Stray Dog Racing, our leader. I know we have 3. It does get a bit confusing. In the lead at the moment. Obviously, somewhat handed the race lead back again. I know he was in the race lead, but obviously the safety car secured that for him regardless. We'll see if he can hold on to it this time, because Collins has looked quick all afternoon long. And all over the back of that McLaren. As we go around the penultimate of turn 13 in the final corner. He looks so quick, even in dirty air. DRS open for him here. Overtake button. The overspeed is massive at this high downforce circuit with DRS open. Is Passy going to go for it here? Down into turn 1. No, he isn't. Andrew Smith, however, he is on the Sauber of Stray Dog 3. He gets past, and Stray Dog 3 going to have to look in his mirrors at Percival. And looking at the outside, is he at turn 3? Surely not. No, he stays where he is for now. Is he going to have a peep at the inside at turn 4? He certainly thinks about it. He's been given the space here now, Lee. Is he going to use it? Inside line all the way through at 4. Now he's going to have to use the outside. We've seen an overtake here already this afternoon. Are we going to see another one? No, but he stays with him. Is he going to hold out side by side through turns 7 and 8? It certainly is. Is he going to hold on to this? Is he going to get past? Yes, he is. Up into 7th place, but he won't have DRS, Lee, because I think he got that just before the DRS line. So is Stray Dog 3 going to come back at him here into turn 10? He certainly thought about it, but wasn't close enough. Mute Leas.
2 seconds.
Passy now. What about this? 3 cars into turn 1. Stray Dog 0 up on Test Driver, and now Passy trying to go the long way round on Test Driver. He gets that done at turn 2. We have a small grid this evening, but it's a bag full of entertainment.
Yep, certainly is, and it's appearing to be these good things come in small packages right now. So we've only got 10 drivers on the grid for now, well, 9 actually, considering Ems is unfortunately disconnected at the start on the formation lap. But looking on now, we've got this battle for first and the battle for third still ensuing. And then we've also got the battle between Percival and Stray Dog, but I think Stray Dog maybe slip away a little as he has got the harder compound tyres on, the less grippy tyres. But with the DRS, it should allow the Stray Dog to keep up with the RB. But right now we're seeing, whoa, the overspeed there from Passy as he came past and up into third place.
And Stray Dog 3 getting past Percival as well down that start-finish straight. I think, especially in game day, it'd probably be a good idea to move the DRS to be a bit shorter, actually, because it seems to be quite powerful here compared to other circuits. It seems to be quite easy to actually get past, especially if you get a good exit out of turn 14. Stray Dog now back within DRS again. Collins did just get out of it, but obviously either Stray Dog put in a hell of a lap or a couple of laps, or Collins has made some sort of mistake. DRS open for him, closing in towards turn 10. Don't see too many overtakes at turn 10. I do actually, but the track changes are good, and I think overall it's been better, but I think the old turn 10 is better than the turn 10 we had now, just because it was another good place to get overtakes done, with it being a heavy braking zone as we go around the final corner to start lap 23. Fumbling over my words. Stray Dog Racing goes through and into the lead, and again with the overtake button in DRS, it is just hunting season, isn't it, Lee? For anyone behind within about 6/10.
Yeah, but certainly is. If you're within that gap, really, then you're pretty much buggered at that point, and yeah, there's not really much of a chance of you being able to defend. Depending on if the car behind does want to do an overtake or not, as we've seen a few times earlier on in this race, some drivers not going for the overtake right away, but just waiting a little bit patiently for that opportunity to arise so they don't have to use too much of their battery. But looking on at Collins in that Haas, still sticking right close to the back of that McLaren in the lead, and we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. That is for St. Power. Pierceman must have got on the curb on the exit of turn 9. Looking on at Collins now, he's going to make this overtake nice and easy, and the speed from the slipstream and the DRS alone, and he manages to get that overtake done nice and easy.
I have a feeling these guys may be quite close together for the final 10 laps, and that's what we're on now, lap 24, 10 laps to go. And Passy, Stray Dog 0 and Test Drive are actually not too far behind the lead 2 either. This St. Power pits. New front wing, no, just a set of soft tyres. Going for the fastest lap, I would presume. Probably thinks they can catch up to the ghost car of Ems, but arguably Ems' car won't be classified anyway, so I think just trying to bag that extra point with 10 laps to go. 1.4 seconds the gap now, Lee, between Stray Dog Racing and Passy, and it could potentially turn into a 5-car battle here, maybe, with one of them only one of 3 who've got a time penalty, but the only one in that 5-car train, potentially, not just yet, to have a penalty. As Stray Dog Racing gets closer, not close enough. And actually, as I say about these 3, they're actually just starting to break away from each other here.
Yeah, there are a lot. I've seen the gap between second and fifth are all at least a second between each other. Well, we say that. Test driver just managing to catch up just by the smallest of margins on Stray 0 there. looks like it's just this battle for first place and 7th place right now.
Yeah, that's all that's going on really. St. Power back into the pit lane again. And I think this time it probably will be a retirement. Just with the way they're acting into the pits. They're about to be lapped as well. Collins unable to break away from Stray Dog Racing.
Yep, and Stray Dog's going for that overtake, using that battery, moves to the right hand side. Collins is defenceless for that attack, and now Stray Dog Racing in that McLaren has now moved up into first place yet again. Looking on Percival not managing to have the power, well, not using the battery anyway, to try and keep up with the Silver ahead, just using that DRS in order to get that little bit of a speed boost. But of course, the battery being turned off into charging mode doesn't really help your speed.
Sorry, Lee. Just as you stopped talking, then I was right in the middle of having a drink, so I couldn't take over. 3/10 now between these two. I'm just interested to see. I arguably want to see Passy get involved, but he does have that time penalty. As we get towards the end, we always have a look at the penalties, keep them up on screen to remind us. 3 seconds for Passy, 3 seconds for Andrews, 3 seconds for St. Power, so it's quite easy to keep track of at the moment as Collins goes back into the lead at the start of lap 27 of 33. And Percival getting past Stray Dog 3 as well.
Yeah, he was all over the track there. Stray Dog was ended up on the grass a little, well, dipping a toe into it anyway on the left hand side. But Percival manages to make that nice and easy and back up into 7th place.
So, not really much to speak about, really. We've got 9 drivers remaining. M's not in it, unfortunately, now. We've got this battle for the lead. Obviously, if you're going to have any battle on track, you want to see a battle for the race win, which we are at the moment. But it's been quite respectable up to now, as we see a fastest lap put in from Collins on a new set of hard tyres. So that's a pretty impressive lap. Stray Dog thinks about it there, just moves out. Make sure that Collins can see the papaya McLaren in his rear mirrors. Stray Dog 3 going to go for it here. Looks to the left, then to the right. He can't make up his mind. Procrastinated over the move, and in the end stayed where he was.
Yep, right now all we're seeing really is this battle for 7th and 1st at the moment. Passy looks like he's managed to catch up a little in terms of the gap to Stray Dog in 2nd place. It's now sitting at 1.6 seconds. It's down by, was that almost a second from the previous couple of laps?
Yeah, so these guys, now Collins on a tyre that's a lap older than others. Just remember, he went for the undercut, which didn't work because the safety car came out as we speak about that. Stray Dog goes back through into the lead of the race, and Passy's still hovering around that 1.5 to 2 second gap behind. Just got a good view of the cars ahead, but wants to get involved in the action, not doing a bit of sightseeing from behind. Stray Dog Racing 3 going through into 7th place again. We've seen those two switch places over and over again. We've got 5 laps remaining, including the one we're on right now. As we go through turn 9, I don't think we've ever seen an overtake really pay off all that much towards the front at turn 10. It's all been happening down at turn 1.
Yeah, but the question is, who's going to be the one taking that top step of the podium? Is it going to be Stray Dog Racing in that McLaren, or is it going to be Collins in the Haas, as they're now coming out the final corner onto the lap 30? We've only got 4 laps remaining, and he's not going for it just yet. I think he's going to be a bit patient with it and just wait for that opportune moment to strike, and wait until they go on to lap 33 going into turn 1. And I think that may be the best opportune moment to go for a move. And now Percival just keeping up close to the back of Stray Dog in that silver for 7th place, and getting right close there down the inside, but not going for it too much. Is using hot lap constantly though, which we do know will drain the battery quite quickly if he's going to be keeping it on that the whole time.
Here comes Collins. Thought about it at turn 10 this time, but I think more of it, again, a dummy move that you see again and again. When we cross the line, we'll have 3 laps to go.
Yeah, but I think he's close enough to go for it.
Definitely is.
Yeah, but he's just going to go for it just now.
I think
see how things...
Go on.
And I was just about to say, we'll see how things are going to be going in the next lap or two. As the yeah, it's going to be tough to call between the two of them.
It's basically what I was going to say. To be fair, I don't think he probably doesn't believe that he's still going to be in the lead after that overtake. I mean, sort of stay in the lead now to the end of the race. He probably knows he's going to be overtaken again, probably down at turn 1 at the next lap, or maybe not. Stray Dog may wait to the last lap, the last time they get down to turn 1. You never know. Passy now within DRS range. First time he has been for a long time, been able to get back into this lead group. They say 2's company, 3's a crowd. Will he become an issue for others as Collins almost went right off the road there and would have got himself a warning as Passy gets another 3-second time penalty, trying to catch back up. Will Collins be leading the race out of turn 1 here, or is Stray Dog going to go for it on the penultimate lap? No, he isn't. He is going to wait till that final lap, and Collins probably thought that was what he was going to do. But in the other... Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, on the other hand, I think Collins would have wanted him to overtake him down at turn 1. I think with the overspeed here, arguably, I think you want to be in second place on the last lap within DRS range at the final corner onto the last lap.
Yeah, definitely with that. He's Collins is going to have to book it right now, which he is doing, but he's going to have to make sure he's got enough battery to do him till the end. His gap is currently at 7/10 of a second between the two of them, now closing as they're coming around turn 10. We're going to keep an eye on that time, but right now with Patsy right close behind Stray Dog, is there going to be a double overtake? And Collins puts it into the wall, pushing too hard, and now he has broken that front wing of the Haas.
Is he even going to get on the podium here? But Passy is now upgraded himself to a second place. Stray Dog Racing goes through. It could be a McLaren 1-3 as his teammate Test Driver goes through. Collins now down in 5th place onto the final lap, and as you said, was just pushing too hard, knowing that he needed to get a great exit out of the final corner. Collins down in 5th, winning last time out in Saudi Arabia, will be picking up a 5th place finish by the looks of things as Stray Dog Racing looks like he's going to take the win, as he's pretty much been gifted the win right at the very end. Jay says in the comments, oh man, that's rough. Certainly is. But the most crucial point, they do actually say in real life with driving, you're most likely to have an accident around 10 minutes away from home, especially on a long drive. And that really has translated over to racing, because with 4 miles to go, he's put it into the wall.
Yep, just over that.
So
pretty much, yeah.
Stray Dog now comes up to the final corner, and he is going to take his first race win of the season and extend his championship, as Ems is also disqualified for some reason. His teammate Stray Dog Racing finishing in third, Passy finished in second, and then Test Driver takes it with time penalties applied. Collins will finish in fifth.
Sixth for Andrew, Stray Dog.
Sorry.
Is Percival going to get the place? I don't think he did. I think he was just 1/10 off him. So
giving it to Test Driver. Yeah, sorry, I just coughed then. It was really horrible.
Yeah, we've seen the Stray Dog on that podium next to Passy and the Haas of the Test Driver there. And you see Collins actually got the fastest lap of the race of 1:14.675. As you say, Stray Dog, they're getting the win for McLaren. Passy in second, unfortunately, with them 6 seconds worth of penalties, dropped them down to second. And then Test Driver came home in third in that Haas. And then we had Stray Zero come home in fourth, fifth for Collins. Unfortunate what happened 2 corners to the last lap. Then we had Andrew in sixth. Seventh was Stray Dog 3 in the Sauber. Then we had Percival 8th and St. Power in 9th. We had Syke, Robble not finish the race, and Ems unfortunately not start the Grand Prix, but ended up getting disqualified in the end anyway for tyres not using different compounds, which I think is kind of funny considering it was AI controlled. So yeah,
that is ironic, isn't it? That really is ironic. So if you enjoyed the Spanish Grand Prix tonight, give the video a like, give the channel a subscribe if you haven't done already, especially if you're from Extinguished Motorsport. And if you like Spain, well, you're in for a treat, because me and Lee will be back again on Saturday for the Spanish Grand Prix with WWR, as per usual, 8 o'clock start then. If not, we'll see you next week in Extinguished Motorsports, 8:30 on a Wednesday. Can't give you the track because we don't know till the midweek between the 2 races. So until next week, thanks very much for watching. Sorry for the technical issues. Hopefully we'll be back up and running as normal on Saturday. Keep subscribing to the channel, as I said. Like the video, would be much appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. It's goodbye from me and from Lee.
Peace out.